down in the 40s. I was wondering about the temp. Um, just hanging there, man. That's all I can say. To anybody who can see these anonymously, that's hoping and wishing and dreaming that won't get you into his arms. Do your hair just for him. I like that song. I've got it on my MP3. Just being silly. Is that Dusty Springfield? I think it might be. But that's weird, man. It is so weird to watch people. Supposed to be religious people, and they get all weird about this gladiator shit. I mean, I used to. Well, I wasn't really much of a rooter. I used to get up at the football games, at the Aggie games, and kind of yell. Get the fans involved because the fans. For football, a lot of times Aggie fans suck. Basketball, I'm usually more kind of quiet because the basketball fans were like, whoa. But our football fans, we're going to lose again. So they sucked. So you had to get up and, no, come on, cheer the team on. So that was about the only time I was real, and then when I was in my school games, I was a real good cheerer for my friends on the teams and stuff, even though most of the jocks treated me like crap. Mark and Todd the Zellmans from Naperville, Illinois. Naperville, Illinois didn't, so, and Kevin was cool to me, Kevin Holloway and stuff. So just because most of the guys were jerks, you still had to go in there and cheer for your friends, right? So, but no, I was never a real zealous type person. I would just kind of be over it, And it's just a game. It's not really that important, when you get these guys. They had this video on, right before I left the barn, and the guys, well, the men and women that sacrifice their lives in the military. It's like, sacrifice their lives, okay. So they're going to be innocent and be tortured and killed and sacrificed to the beast to save children from sin and idolatry. They sacrifice their lives to save people from hell. I was unaware of that. And I was in the military. I got the fuck out. They didn't give a shit whether or not my mom lived or died from cancer. They wanted me to get a note from a doctor saying when the old lady was going to die so they could send me there and then send me back where they wanted me. So I said, fuck you, I'm getting out of the military. And been down one time, been down two times, never going back again, right? And then I got up, like my mom said not to do, and stood up for what was right, even though all the bastards that are bitchy men that act like they're bitchy moms, would try to kill me because, hey, mine's the greatest. Yeah, fuck you. Hey, baby. Yeah, you left me far behind. But it's, I was listening to Candlebox on my MP3 player. But, I like playing sports and it's fun. And it's always, everything's better when you live the Lord's Prayer. If you're not living the Lord's Prayer, you're nothing but propaganda, tool bag for turd bags or both, for whatever, whenever, wherever. It's hard to take the words and make the words, because tool bags, tools are useful when you're living the Lord's Prayer. Turd, also, put manure on me rhubarb, manure on me flowers. You put manure on your rhubarb, we have cream on ours. Right, so, and so helps flowers grow and grapes and stuff like that. It's grapes of Ralph. So, you know what I'm saying? So, go here in a few minutes and, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I may wait till tomorrow to watch the Cameron Eastern game. They have it on the thing. I was wondering, I was trying to check and see how many of the, they weren't on the live post, but how many of the Flow College Sports games from this weekend were available to watch later. And I can watch the Greyhounds and the Aggies, and then we'll see how else. Greyhounds are ranked higher than a lot of teams they've been beaten now and stuff like that. Yeah, they're doing really well. I think It's gonna be a fun tournament because the hounds and the Stangs are getting hot right now, and they're both getting doing better and better. And Western's getting better every week, and they get Cortavius back, who's their most consistent scorer, and so it'll be fun. I like the Isaiah Brody kid, and Nono Brown, and Carson Kelly. I think all those kids from they're all from where I did 20 years in hell in Phoenix, in the Valley. Yeah, Andre's from there. Mr. Gordon's from Illinois, Kankakee. He ain't from Kankakee, but he's from Illinois, where and Punchy and Shell and Tia and Angie and Raymond, and where the Bowens is from. And I think Danny is born in Illinois. I think he was. Old Danny Jefferson. And so they, but most of the other kids are all from Tanner's from the Valley. Who else? Is Quincy? I don't know Quincy from. Is Quincy Adams from there? Yeah. Then they got the kid, the Casillas, the Judah. He's from Albuquerque. And I'll have to go look up the kid from Cruces. I forgot his name. And he don't play much, but he's you practice hard and the hard stuff. And then they have one of the little kiddos. I think is from Clovis. I think one of their guards is from Clovis, which is weird because he's at Western, but I think they said he's from Clovis. He ain't at Eastern. But and then the one kid's from England. The tall kid, the long tall drink of water. So I'll sit there and look at that, and I think, where's Mr. Cheney from? I can't remember. But the Alfaro kid, he's from Deming. One of the kids from Deming is on Eastern. So the kid from Clovis is on Western. The kid from Deming is on Eastern. It's kind of funny. But there is the way the recruiting goes and where the kids go and who relates more to the coach and the teammates and stuff. It's kind of cute. Or it could have been that, one school recruited and it fit the style and the other didn't, or whatever. Whoever. I'm watching the Houston BYU game. And the Cats sure did real well today. Dad was watching the game. And, sheesh, man. But I'm just watching basketball. Just chilling and connecting to stuff. Anybody who's out there, well, this is prayer, so this will be people in the future. Everybody will be able to see this, But you guys, you got to understand the way I am. I'm the Messiah, and I was told, by Jesus to have Suzuki help me through this, and he's, survive, stop, eliminate abuse, and recover. And I'll fully recover when my people recover, I ain't focusing on recovering, so I'm ready for the greatest emotional, romantic, sexual experience in my whole life, because that's bullshit, right? Sex is overrated if you're bumping uglies in hell for fuck money, right? So there's no sense in running around being a superficial thing. It's better to be a loving person who stands up for everybody's value of life, and not try to be And besides, half these kids, you watch them and they play sports, and it's like, some of us have played well. I know I was better, but it was a long time ago. We're better than you guys. We would have whooped your ass twice on Sunday. And so, then quit because it was the right thing to do, because, it's time to live the Lord's Prayer. Let the kids play it for 4. Pop, 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 bubble wrap. And then all these people making music. It's like, you do know that. And they did, everybody, they do the act of food. We got weed. What you need? Guys, they had relative interactive brain damage just like you do. Woman needs love just like you do. But, it's crazy, especially commercials. Watching commercials is insane. I sure hope Jennifer Gardner doesn't know who I am. Well, I like Sam and Serafina, and is it Violet? That's a girl's name. Yeah, I connected them a prayer. Even if it was a program, I still liked them. I liked, even if it's a program from these perverts in the military, I still like the kids. I like the kid. I like them, right? So yeah, I like Ben's and Jen's kiddos. Yeah, they're fun when I connected to them. I really liked Alex's girls. Yeah, Tasha, and Bella, Ella Bella. Yeah, I like those girls. They were funny. Yeah. It's probably just a program. I imagine so. It's probably just a pervert program from these perverts at the. Hi, I'm a rocket scientist, and you're a liar. Yeah, fuck off. And so we'll get it taken care of. I'm looking on it. But people just got to understand, the way I am, that I'll fully recover when we're all recovering. I'm better than Captain Kirk. Hey, you bet your ass, motherfuckers. But, my ship, it has nothing to do with my ship. It's just, right is right, wrong is wrong, good is good, bad is bad, truth is truth, and lie is lie. And I am the way, the truth, and life. Not unto the faith of Father Abraham, except unto through me. And that's the truth. And people can't deny that. There's Jesus, many are called, but few answer. Who Jesus was telling me that was locking up the basketball barn tonight. He goes, Earl, who else did I talk to? Who was, everybody, how many people talked to me in prayer? Lots, Jesus. Okay. How many? Ni da mía, no quiero saber. But how many, stand up for the Lord's Prayer without fear? Don't give in, and don't give in to any of the manipulation, the bullshit, their ego. It's me, Jesus. Yeah, okay. Me. It's me, right? So yeah, you'd have to be egotistical. Describe them with adjectives. Dumb shit, sorry ass motherfucker. That would sit there and say, "Oh, he's definitely not the Messiah. It's me and my fucked up ego and my science project. Don't forget my science project and take your meds." So yeah, it's me. I think it's cool myself, man. I know the kids in the future are like, he's one of us and he's so cool and he loves us and he doesn't stop and he doesn't give up and he doesn't give in. He's just, man, this guy really is literally, not figuratively, literally has more traffic than Madonna's vagina. No, literally one of the coolest guys that ever lived. Yes, I totally agree. But Suzuki is too. He's fun. I like him a lot. Haile Selassie, love him. Right? People I talk to a lot in prayer that help me through. Tishna's the best. Yeah. Fun is wonderful. And Little Hawk, wow, you never met a better guy. And so it's neat. Well, but that's why Muhammad said he's the 13th, 22nd, and Redeemer. So we're not turned into mythology. You think people that talk shit about us can't talk shit about us, it's like, the reason why Little Hawk and Crazy Horse were treated so much like shit is because of tribalism and bigotry. Both their fathers were white guys. And a beautiful man named Spotted Tail, who was their uncle, took them in and raised them as his own. Because he's gorgeous. He's one of the most amazing, beautiful men in the history of the United States. Spotted Tail, yeah. And they had good friends that were good people that had good values, So, you get these groups and, you got every group's got their bigots, their dumbasses, their drunks, they're stupid, they're jealous, no waters, they're red clouds and stuff. And then you have Spotted Tail, you have He Dog, you have High Hump, hooah, right? Hooah when you say that, right? You have Taza, you have Nache, you have Tishna, you have, and then you have your dumbasses. Yes, you have lots. There's. As you see, we're in tribalism and people don't live faithful lives and they mass murder and break into groups. And, Galacta used to throw white people's babies up and catch them on a Bowie knife. Okay. And all these, you get West Duty played them. He's really, this is like, no, if I read that man's autobiography, okay, and then played him in a movie and said, well, I admire him, and I would tell myself, no. I cannot admire, I love Galatle, but I couldn't admire a man that told everybody that he used to take white people's babies in Arizona and throw them up in the air and catch them on a Bowie knife. That's not someone I want to have marry my daughter, sleep in the same house, sleep next to me and stuff like that. No. Okay. I can, no. The man took babies and threw them in the air and caught them on a knife. That's not a well person. We'd like to thank our soldiers for sacrificing their lives so we can be free. Oh, and hunting down and killing Galatle. You know why Galatle did that? Because of soldiers, Geronimo. You ever seen the Joseph Running Fox movie? Propaganda movie on TNT? Yeah, okay. You'll figure it out, stud. Okay. There's a Messiah. His name is Earl. He's a lover, not a fighter. But if you fight him, he ain't gonna love it, but he's gonna kick the fight out of you. He's freaking gorgeous. So, be interesting. That was, I am kind of curious to meet Bruce's daughter, since I knew who he was and we connected in prayer and meditation, and he studied. He's Suzuki. That was the cool one of the. Bruce is beautiful. He reminds me a lot of El Haj Malikos about Malcolm X. He could admit when he was wrong. He made those Raymond Chow movies with the Suzuki school with that because they thought that the Japanese poisoned. They were told the Japanese poisoned Sun Yat-sen. It wasn't the Japanese. It was his own people. Okay, that did it. And they were told it was the Japanese. And it wasn't, and Suzuki didn't have anything. Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen are, thank you, Mr. Moto. Right. Okay, Charlie Chan, go get him. But yeah, those two are just beautiful. And then you have all these, describe them with adjectives. And obviously, since we're not living the Lord's Prayer, we're not living the ways of Confucius, we're not living the ways of the eternal swordsman of Japan, the kindness, with the pen, it's the kindness that teaches me. We're not living like any of those beautiful men that all the people in charge of the technology, the medicine, the medications, the psychology, the philosophy, are describe them with adjectives. Man, that was one dumb, ugly, fucked up, motherfucking sorry-ass, child molesting, wine raping, murdering, but ugly. It's not a bear. Bears aren't cute. Bears can kill you and eat you, especially polar bears. But maybe the baby bears are cute, but you don't want to get near the baby bears because they have like a mama bear, and you saw the movie with the Kenai and Denali and Sitka, right? Okay, so okay. Let's be careful about bears. Let's not get too, hey, it's a teddy bear. No. Those are stuffed animals. I like Barbara Fairchild too. Not living or loving or going nowhere. I wish I was a teddy bear. And I'm wishing I'd never fallen in love with you. Have you ever heard that song? It's really freaking good. If you haven't heard it, you should heard it. Barbara Fairchild, teddy bear song. Wish I had a sawdust smile, and a little string that said, "Hi, I'm Teddy. Isn't it a lovely day?" Yeah, it's a good tune. Go listen to it. Barbara Fairchild, teddy bear song. Has nothing to do with who Robin Williams played in The Night at the Smithsonian. I know that's what they name him. I know, I get it, but fuck that shit, right? Don't ruin a perfectly good song with a president who orchestrated a mass murder to make himself look like a fucking hero. San Juan Hill, my ass. They were oppressed, abused people. Okay? Some of them were good and some of them were bad. But they all get thrown into the same when war comes out. All the good people have to survive hell with the bad people. Okay, but you stand up for the Lord's Prayer when all the bad people say, hey, let's go right back into hell. Fuck you. Sideways with a bag of bricks twice on Sunday. Okay, Earl. I'm pissed. Okay, Earl. You're not the Messiah. Jesus said, okay, Earl, just be as selfish and dumb as you can possibly be, okay? And then just keep going. I said, that's impossible. You can't do that. He goes, aha. Okay? Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, given according to need, built to last. What do we need to do? Stand up for the Lord's prayers, deliverance from evil, and shut your fucking ego up. I've kicked the shit out of it 100 times past tomorrow, and Sunday I'll get up and do it 17 times. I won't get up and do it 17 times. Well, probably. It'll probably be more than 17 times because we'll probably make about 3 or 4 or 5 videos. And in every video, I'll at least kick your ass like, how many times have I kicked it in this one? Okay. It's a prayer. This is a prayer. You don't think so? You don't think people pray to Jesus and then Jesus talks to Earl and then Earl corrects the technology to save children from mass murder? You don't think so? How far is your head up your tuchus? Not living or loving or going nowhere. I wish I was a teddy bear. These 2 kids are cute. The Fleming's kid and the what's that other kid's name? The number 3 kid for BYU. You can tell they like each other. The kids are getting a little upset because they're in the game of the 2 star kids are kind of like, hey, let's just basketball. Let's just have some fun. Maybe prayer works. Maybe I'm getting through. Maybe so. I don't know. I think it's really hard with all this fucked up technology, doing fucked up things for fucked up technology people to be the... they're like a big Truman Show ego trip from hell that doesn't want to go away. It's like, yeah, they're all fucking at Harris. Serious fucking Lee. Make it stop. I'm working on it. Gosh damn it. No. Skinny hot Italian. No, I like a shorter brown, Earl. Miriam Cologne, Lo Falana, Michelle Nichols, Earl's type. Yeah. So, yeah, as far as the skinny Italian supermodel that they have on the Jim Carrey movie, she's cute. She's not my type. Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love? I was listening to the house. I listened to some of the songs I recorded. Should I? Don't tell me I've been there. I love Tommy Edwards, man. I got a lot of these Tommy Edwards songs. They are so good. Jerry's going to love them if he ever comes and listens to them. Yeah, it's hard for people to be around for, is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to try to save the perception of his own perception of beliefs? No. Just submit to faith in the infinite glory of God. Life's eternal grace is infinite. Share, care, given according to you, built to last. Lord's prayer is deliverance from evil. Stand up for it and live it now. And if you can't do that, you can see why I'm your Lord and Savior, but I'm not your God. God's omniscient and omnipotent. I'm your Lord and Savior. If you say that Jesus is God, your stupid ass isn't God, and your stupid ass can't save yourself from your stupid ass. So your Lord and Savior, Earl, the one who's most like Jesus, Asta Aki Oi, will do it for you with your taxpayer dollars and your technology. My work here is still in progress because you guys are such fucking selfish idiots. Just be as stupid and selfish as you possibly can and just keep going. You can't. I know. I'm working on it. Well, because life's eternal, grace is infinite, Lord's prayer is perfect, and my devotion to that perfection is perfect. Okay? You can be perfect like me. Just you don't even have to really try. You have to do it. Okay? Peace.